Hey everyone, doing a video here about some of the new Omega models for 2022. There's been a lot of attention, a lot of buzz about these watches, a lot of articles and videos. I want to share some of my thoughts. This first one is the green dial version of the Seamaster Professional. So obviously green has been quite a trend for the past year or so. But I'd like to note that there have been other green dial Seamasters before. The upper right is a Seamaster Pro 300. Lower left is a 120M. Lower right again, another 120M. 3 different green dials there. I think there might be even others, which I have not included here. So it's not the first time that Omega has done this. I think those watches dated from the late 90s may have been Japan only. Limited editions. I am not 100% certain of that. But in any event, as I said, it's not the first time they've done a green dial on a Seamaster. And to be perfectly honest, even though I'm not the biggest fan of green dials, I think this is a nice looking watch. I think the shade of green they chose is nice. It's not very bright, and it's also not exceptionally dull to the point of being indistinguishable from black. I think it's clearly green. I've seen the real world pictures of this watch, and it looks quite green there as well. I think the green does work well with the white text on the bezel. And if you notice, they've removed the red Seamaster logo, or removed the red from the Seamaster logo and made it white, which I think was a smart move as well. Obviously shares all the other characteristics of the Seamaster Professional, same case, same dimensions. As a person who's collected many different Seamaster Pros, I think this is a nice and welcome addition to the Seamaster family. It's priced at the same level as the other Seamaster Pros, and there's no indications of it being limited model, so I think you could probably be able to get it at a discount as well, and I think it presents a fair value. Which is in contrast to this next watch. This is one of the new Aqua Terras. This is the Saffron Dial, which is probably the color I prefer out of the group. But as you may know, Omega's released a bunch of different color variations for the Aqua Terras in 38 millimeter and 34 millimeter sizes. And unlike what I said about the Seamaster Pro being a relatively good value for the tier of watch that it is, I cannot say the same about these Aqua Terras. I think their design, it's not ugly by any means, but I find it has somewhat devolved from the my favorite Aqua Terra, which was the 8500. I feel they have simplified the design, possibly reduced some cost in the manufacturing of the watch, and as a result, sort of, it's lost some of its luster to me. I find the design somewhat dull, even with the fact that there are these bright colored dials, and the price tag on these watches really doesn't support buying one, if you ask me. They're looking for about $6,000 for these, which I think is really high for what they are, especially when you compare to the Seamaster Pro, which is priced lower and offers quite a bit more. A lot of people have noted that the date wheel on these watches is white, so there's been no effort to match them to the color of the dial, something which is perfectly normal for a lower priced watch, but I think for the price range, or the asking price for these watches, I think that was kind of lazy on their part. And next up here is what Omega calls the Seamaster Ultra Deep. This is the watch that Omega sent down to the bottom of the ocean, strapped to the outside of a submarine. So obviously the company is very proud of that achievement, very understandable. The watch is rated to 6,000 meters, I believe, but has been even further deep in the ocean than that. I respect the technological achievement of this watch. I think it's quite a beautiful dial. Would I ever own this watch? No. This watch is extremely thick, as necessary for what it does. And if I wanted a watch that looked like this, I would just stick with a Planet Ocean, I think. Much more versatile. And next here is the Speedmaster 57. A couple of different color dials for this one as well. I've never been as much of a Speedmaster fan as I am of the Seamasters. I think I have only one Speedmaster watch, and it's not a Speedmaster Professional. I think if you like Speedmasters, there's really nothing to complain about here. I think all of the different variations are quite beautiful. I would probably go with the blue here. I think the blue with the steel bezel, and especially the shade of blue, is quite nice. And like the Skyfall blue Aqua Terra, I don't think the blue dial will ever go out of style. Cannot say the same about green. I don't know how well the green dial will age. I do like the fact that there is a new color offered, just because I'm such a big fan of the Seamaster line. But I think if you're looking for a dark dial watch, the green dial new Seamaster is not a bad choice at all. So let me know what you think. I know a lot of opinions have been expressed about these watches, but I'm curious to hear what people who watch my videos think. Please leave your comments below, and I'd love to read and respond to them. Till the next time, thanks for watching.